ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। एवरीवन बोलो हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। Today is very special day. Yes, everyone is feeling little nervous. It's a question answer session. Very nice. Okay, so shall I start? There are many who didn't came on screen. Why they are hiding? Okay, if they hide, I will never speak to them. Okay, straight away, coming to the question. Take long. क्या बोले थे वासुदेव? Okay. Question 1. So try to hear attentively. Questions are not straight. Questions are tricky. Made by tricky person. The questions are tricky. Sometimes questions are twisting. Everything is tea. What is not one of Mahaprabhu's instructions to the 6 Goswamis? I repeat. What is not one of Mahaprabhu's instructions to the 6 Goswamis? Options. 1. To discover the holy places in Vrindavan. 2. To write scriptures. 3. To preach in the West. Okay. What is not one of the Mahaprabhu's instruction to the 6 Goswamis? So first of all, Isha Mata, what's the answer?
Dandavad Maharaj.
Very well.
I think let's see.
C?
C.
3. What is that?
3. Preaching in the West.
Mahaprabhu didn't instructed preaching to Goswamis to preach in the West?
No.
Okay. That's the correct answer. Thank you. But I must tell you, Mahaprabhu through Goswamis, only through Goswamis, he preached all over the universe.
Yes.
What to speak of East and West, North and South, but the whole universe.
Yes.
But this is correct. Because the tricky question, yes.
Yes.
So we understand this meaning preaching in the West means. But in according to the Siddhanta, Mahaprabhu preached through Goswamis all over the universe. Brahmand Tarite Shakti Dhare Jane Jane. Each and every personality is capable to deliver the whole universe. Today, whatever preaching is happening in the West, it's all done by Goswamis.
Yes.
How come? Books are the basis. Whatever Harikatha we are hearing from any Acharya, from any Vaishnav, they are all speaking from the books of Goswami. So actually they are preaching. But I understand the question and answer. We all understand. To make clear to everyone, was not direct instruction to go to America to preach or to go to Italy or Germany to preach. Understand? But actually, all this preaching is done by the mercy of the Goswami. But very well said. Okay, second question. Oh, Chandrika Dasi, Germany. Who is the nephew of Rup and Sanatan Goswami? 1. Gopal Bhatt Goswami. 2. Jeev Goswami. 3. Raghunath Das Goswami. Who is the nephew of Rup and Sanatan Goswami?
Jiva Goswami.
You sure?
Yes.
Not Gopal Bhatt Goswami? Okay, in related to that, then who is the father of Jeev Goswami?
Oh my God. Who is the father of Jiva Goswami? Sorry, I don't know. In a moment.
You will not get the complete cake. You'll get the half. So, yes, your answer is correct. The nephew of Shri Rup and Shri Sanatan Goswami is Shri Jeev Goswami Pad. 3 brothers, Rup Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, and Anupam. Okay, and the son of Anupam is Shri Jeev Goswami. So Jeev Goswami is nephew of Rup Goswami and Sanatan Goswami. Okay. Who took? Okay, this is a question for Shubhanandas. Question for you. Who took Jeev Goswami with him and performed the first Navdeep Parikrama? The first time Navdeep Parikrama. You know, now in Navdeep Parikrama, we always have 10,000 to 15,000 devotees with us. And Param Gurudev and Srila Prabhupada, they all performed Navdeep Parikrama. But who was the first person to perform the Navdeep Parikrama? Who took Jeev Goswami with him and performed the first Navdeep Parikrama? So options are 1. Advaita Acharya Prabhu. 2. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. 3. Nityanand Prabhu. Who took Jeev Goswami for the first time Navdeep Parikrama? Mahaprabhu, Advaita Acharya Prabhu, or Shri Nityanand Prabhu?
Can I pronounce Maharaj?
Hari Bol.
Mahaprabhu? I'm going to go with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
You sure? Okay, so if anyone, I should not say that. If anyone gives incorrect answer, then you have to give a feast. Feast at your home, because I cannot come there. Very long flight coming to South Africa. You sure it's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? One more option. I mean, one more chance to you.
Okay, I'm going to go with Nityananda Prabhu. I'm going to change it to Nityananda Prabhu, but I'm not sure.
You're not sure? That means you're not hearing audiobooks which I'm doing. The first audiobook I did, that was last year, almost 1 year past now, was Shri Navdeep Dham Parikrama, and that was in English. It's on YouTube. Okay, also on Pure Bhakti site. So that was my first audiobook I did, Navdeep Dham Parikrama. And on the cover of that book, you will see Shri Jiva Goswami is going to parikrama with Shri Nityanand Prabhu. So your second chance answer is better. It's Nityanand Prabhu who did parikrama with Jiva Goswami first time. Nityan Prabhu, overwhelmed with so many emotions, took Jiva Goswami and explaining all these places of pastimes of Mahaprabhu. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is giving the account of that. So all glories to Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and all glories to Sri Jiva Goswami. Otherwise, how would we have known the parikrama, the sequence of parikrama, and the 9 islands of Sri Navdeep Dham? Okay? Here, attentively, all classes. Okay. Very well. Who's sitting next to you? Shubhanand Prabhu, who's sitting next to you?
It's my mom.
Can she answer?
Yes, she can answer. She listens to your
Okay.
classes as well.
Okay. One question for her then. Every Hindu, every Indian knows this answer for this question. Hanuman is not humble. Here again. Hanuman is not humble because he burned the whole Lanka into ashes. Is it true or false? Hanuman is not humble because he burned whole Lanka into ashes.
It's false.
Is Hanuman true? Is humble or not?
He's humble.
Humble.
He's humble.
Is this his humility? You burn the whole country to fire?
Yes.
For
Okay.
Ram.
To make it more simple, why Hanuman, he burned the whole country, Lanka, to fire? Is it because his anger towards Ravan, or is because of his love for Sri Ram?
Because of his love for Sri Ram.
Right. Very good. Very good. Thank you so much. Although we say, yes, thank you, Mataji. Also, although we see this is anger of Hanuman, that's one perspective. The other is, to more deep, which is primary, is that his love for Ram. Anyone who is against my worshipful Ram, I will burn that person. And that's called idle humility. If anyone abuse my Gurudev, I can't tolerate that person. And if I shout, if I chastise, if I write back, that's my humility. Okay, so there we don't have to be tolerant. Hanuman was not tolerant there in that particular. Although Hanuman is always very tolerant and humble. But if Ravan speaking so bad about Ram, then one has to be intolerant there. Intolerance is needed there. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. Okay, next question. Let me check who all are there. The course of wind is always today is to South Africa. So let me ask this question to Anupam. Anupam Prabhu? Okay. Let us finish with South Africa first. Question for you. So these questions are based on what we heard when I was in India, hearing Chaitanya Charitamrita classes, and also including Radha Tattva, which we were hearing since 1 month. The question for you, what was the, okay, shall I ask simple or difficult question? Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Something. Is everyone unmuted? Yes, now I can hear you. Yes. Say Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dadavapana.
Yes. Okay. So simple or difficult? Or any?
Multiple
This is a
choice
question.
of true and false.
This is a question to you. Simple, difficult, or any?
Simple, Maharaj, very simple.
Okay. What was Jeev Goswami related to? Three Prabhus. In our history, we hear three Prabhus very famous who did extend preaching everywhere. And the preaching movement actually started from these three Prabhus. Their names are Shri Narottam, Srinivas, and Shamanan Prabhu. These three Prabhu preached under the guidance of Shri Jeev Goswami Pad. So, what was the relation of Jeev Goswami with these three Prabhus? Option 1. Is Jeev Goswami their Diksha Guru? Was Jeev Goswami their Vartam Pradakshak Guru? Or Jeev Goswami is their Shiksha Guru? Very simple question. These three Prabhu, they learned so much from Jeev Goswami, and on his order, they started preaching everywhere. So Jeev Goswami, their Diksha Guru, Shiksha Guru, or Vartam Pradakshak Guru?
I think it would be Siksha Guru, because the three Prabhus Guru, I think, was Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami.
No. Okay, so this is something very special. No, very technical, I want to say. In India, when any high officials they go for examination like interview, they are already trained that very specific to your answer in only few words. If you extend your words, they can twist you, or they can, twist the whole scene, or they can create problems for you. So these students, they are very sharp. So when you answered and you went beyond that answer, so the answer was correct, but when you went further with that answer, that was incorrect. I'm just training you, don't mind, okay? So what you said is correct, but you said, I think. That means you are not confident about your answer. Okay? When we are answering in any government office and all, for high positions, we always say straight answer, even if it is wrong. And I have so many experiences, I will tell you, because I used to study like this. And I was preparing for these exams in my college days, in my school days. What I was saying? Yes, just say straight, even if it is wrong. Because those judges who are sitting there, all five, and they are psychologists. They read your psychology. So they are judging how confident you are in answering that. They sometimes not they're not focusing on your answer to be correct or incorrect, but they see how confident you are answering those questions. Sometimes many students, my friends, they used to tell when they go to interview, even they said the answer wrong, but they didn't took it very seriously. They only saw the confidence in that person. So when we say incorrect, should say confident. So when you're saying answer, just say yes. Jeev Goswami, Shiksha Guru of these three Prabhus. Or we can say Diksha Guru to these three Gurus, three Prabhus. So even the answer is wrong, but confidence matters. Okay? What I'm actually telling everyone through you only. So this is correct. Jeev Goswami was Shiksha Guru to Narottam, Srinivas, Shamanan Prabhu. They created a history. What is the history? Who was Gurudev of Shri Narottam Prabhu? Shri Loknath Goswami. Who was Gurudev of Srinivas Acharya? Was Gopal Bhatt Goswami. And Gurudev of Shyamanand Prabhu, Hide Chaitanya. Why I said they created the history? That means three Prabhus with three different Gurudevs, but they sent three of their disciples to learn from Jiva Goswami. In other words, there was no any barrier. Like you are my disciples, you can't go and learn from somebody else. And Jiva Goswami gave proper respect to their respected Gurudevs and made them their Shiksha disciples. And after learn from them, well trained in all the Shastras, well versed in all the Shastras from Jiva Goswami, then Jiva Goswami ordered them to go and preach. So the preaching started from these three Prabhus. Thank you. Okay, next question. Okay. Anuradha Dasi, Orlando. Simple or difficult? Okay, simple for you. Okay, good. Okay, the question for you. Bhakti Vinod Thakur is called the eighth Goswami. Is it true or false?
False.
No. How can you say false? So who are the six Goswamis then? Name all the six Goswamis.
Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhakti Raghunatha, Shri Jiva,
Shri Jiva, Gopala.
Bhatta Das Raghunath.
Yes. Okay. So these are six Goswamis, right? And then
Yes.
Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is seventh Goswami, no? And Bhakti Thakur is eighth.
No,
You sure?
I'm sure.
No. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami wrote Chaitanya Chaitamrita. He's seventh Goswami. And then Bhakti Thakur gave commentary on Chaitanya Chaitamrita. He's eighth Goswami.
Okay.
You believe me?
No.
Yes. That's the confidence. Thank you. That's correct. Seventh Goswami. Very good. Thank you, Anuradha. Okay. Questions are tricky, and I'm getting more tricky with that. So that was simple for you. Now, Shama Priya Dasi from Holland. Shama Priya, can you answer or you at work?
I'm at home, Maharaj. You was pronounced.
Oh, home. Oh, very good.
Yeah.
And now, is Krishna Kripa Prabhu there?
Yes.
Oh, very good. So first question for you.
Okay. Please.
Yes. What was the meaning of Rup Goswami? His words, which an elevated Vaishnav misunderstood, and Jiva Goswami explained to him. Again, question again. What was the meaning of Rup Goswami in that particular verse, which an elevated Vaishnav misunderstood, and Jiva Goswami corrected him and explained to him? The options are A. Mukti is a witch, and B. Mukti is just like a witch.
Maharaj, I ask simple question. The meaning of Rupa Goswami's speech.
Remember, I explained that once upon a time, that was on the appearance day of Jiva Goswami. I spoke this past time. Gurudev used to speak about this. Rup Goswami was writing, and one very elevated Acharya came, and he said, Rupa Prabhu, what you writing? And Rupa Goswami showed his writing and he said, oh, I will do some corrections.
Yes.
Something you written not correct. And then he went to take bath in Jamuna, and Jiva Goswami also came there, and they have arguments to that particular point, which that elevated Vaishnava want to correct or change in his writing.
Yes.
Mukti is a witch, or Mukti is just like a witch?
I think Mukti is like a.
I think.
Yes. No. I'm sure.
Okay,
I
you
said-
sure what?
The last answer. Mukti is like a witch.
Mukti is like a witch, not a witch?
No.
Why?
No. Wait. Wacht. Because sometimes something appears that it's like a rope, but you think it's a snake. So your vision says something else than it is. So that means that it's also like something. Yeah, I don't know how to explain, but that's why I think no. I'm confident with my answer.
And that answer is Mukti is a witch, right?
No, it's like.
It's like a witch. Oh,
Yes.
very good. Yes, that's the answer. Danke, Vav.
Thank you, Maharaji.
So the verse is, this is from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Desire to mukti is which? Okay. Someone has, a person who has created the question here, question answer. That person also have to understand. Mukti, the desire of mukti is which? Not mukti is like a witch. So the verse is in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, which says, Bhukti mukti sriha yavat pishachi hidi vartate. That's what Sri Rupa Goswami Pad wrote. Bhukti mukti sriha yavat. But that elevated Vaishnava, he misunderstood that Rupa Goswami is saying mukti is like a witch. But no. It's mukti, liberation is, for many yogis, is worshipable. But the desire of mukti is a witch. Sriha yavat. The desire to mukti is like a witch. Understand? Okay. Question for Priyadasi, Faridabad. Question for you. Yes, very well. Okay, question for you. Which book Jiva Goswami did not compose? Which book he didn't compose amongst these six? Amongst these three, I'm giving you options. One is Six Sandarbhas. Second, Gopal Champu. Third is Govind Lilamrit. These three books, among these three books, which book Jiva Goswami did not compose? One is Six Sandarbhas, second is Gopal Champu, third is Govind Lilamrit.
The six Sandarbha?
Someone is helping you? No?
No.
No. Okay.
The six Sandarbha?
Okay, then who wrote Six Sandarbhas? Six Sandarbhas. Okay, be ready for feast. Six Sandarbhas written by Jiva Goswami. And Gopal Champu written by Jiva Goswami. These two books, great books, written by Jiva Goswami. But Govind Lilamrit, not Gopal Lilamrit. Govind Lilamrit is written by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Govind Lilamrit not written by Jiva Goswami. Understand? I will ask you again sometime.
Okay.
Just randomly, in any class, I will ask you this question.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Helvetia.
Okay. Now, question for. Let me see. Is Krishna Kripa Prabhu there? Yes. KK Prabhu, question for you. I'm not seeing him though. Is he hearing me?
Yes, Maharaj, here.
Yes. Okay. Sometime I want to hear Kirtan from you. You're not appearing on the screen. I'm
Sorry,
asking all kids or children, they're singing Kirtan in classes. I want to hear from you.
Okay, Maharaj.
Acha. Question for you. Which Manjari is Jeev Goswami? Option 1, Lavanga Manjari. 2, Vilasa Manjari. 3, Guna Manjari. Which Manjari is Sri Jeev Goswami? Lavanga Manjari, Vilasa Manjari, Guna Manjari. No,
I really don't know, Maharaj.
so that's simple. So many times in my classes I'm speaking this. No?
No.
Okay, then I will ask this question to Kanadas. Kanadas, question for you.
Hare Krishna.
Which Manjari is Jeev Goswami? Lavanga Manjari, Vilas Manjari, Guna Manjari.
Gurudev, Guna Manjari.
You sure?
Yes, Gurudev.
And if you are wrong, then
Then Gurudev, feast.
feast? Okay. You learning Maha Mantra. You know all Maha Mantra, right? From
No,
Hare
Gurudev.
Krishna, Hare Krishna. Yes,
Not
I know.
all. Gurudev, not all.
Okay. So answer is Vilas Manjari. Okay.
Okay, Gurudev.
Okay. Okay, this question. So next question to Haripriya. You ready to answer? Okay.
Hare Krishna, Dandavad Pranams.
Hari Bol. What was Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's contribution to this world? 4 options. What was Bhaktivinoda Thakur's contribution to this world? 1. Establish pure bhakti. 2nd. Compose many books and many songs. 3rd. Gave Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada to this world. And 4th. All the above.
All of the above. At least I feel that he's accomplished all of the above.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay, name any book written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur.
Jaiva Dharma is my favorite.
Jaiva Dharma is your favorite. Oh, acha. And which song of Bhaktivinoda Thakur is your favorite?
Oh. I should have an answer for this.
Okay, just then give one song written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur.
I know I'm supposed to be confident, but is Gurudev Kripa Bindu Diya correct?
It's written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur.
I don't know. I
Then
should know. I should know. Otherwise, I definitely will owe you a feast.
So, do you sometimes attend Mangal Aarti?
Yes.
Which song you sing in Mangal Aarti, which is written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur?
Bande Guroshi.
Who wrote that? Bhaktivinoda Thakur?
I don't know. I feel so bad. I'm sorry. I should know. I should know this. I think it's my nerves.
See, these are the basics we need to know.
Yeah.
Why I'm having this question answer session? Not to make anyone look down. This
I
is
remember
just-
I remember the last answers from the last question just because of this question and answer. So I appreciate it.
That's a very learning. Otherwise, these are the basics to know. When we sing Mangal Aarti, Samsara Dava, we should know who's
Oh.
writing this.
Mm.
It's written by Vishwanath Chakra Thakur. Okay, and immediately after that, then we sing Vibhavari Sesha Aloka Pravisha Nidra Chadi Utha Jiva Bolo Hari Hari Mukunda Murari Rama Krishna Hayogriva. Yes,
Yes.
all songs which we sing in all our mats around the world is all written by whom? Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And many times in my class, I did express my favorite song of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Can you tell what is my favorite song?
Oh, I know that I
Difficult one.
remember you explaining a song that was about Srimati Radhika and the Ras Leela, and I don't remember the name of the song.
Madhusudan Prabhu. He wanted to say this. Yes, Madhusudan. No. Krishna Kripa?
What was the question, Maharaj?
You don't know the question? Anyway, question was not very important. Leave it. So, Haripriya Dasi, that's the correct answer. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur contribution to this world. Establish pure bhakti. Then he composed many books and songs. He gave a great contribution by Bhaktivinoda Thakur is giving Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, giving birth to Srila Prabhupada. So all the above, your answer is correct. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hari Priyasi Devi Dasi. Question for you.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Very simple question actually.
I need a simple one.
Yes. Which deity Bhaktivinoda Thakur established? Like all the Goswamis, also they all establish deities in Vrindavan, like Rup Goswami, Shri Radha Govindev, Jeev Goswami, Radha Damodar, and others. So which deity Bhaktivinoda Thakur established? Options: 1. Gaur Gadadhar, 2. Gandharvika Giridhari, 3. Radha Vinod Bihari. Among these three, which deity Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur established? He established the worship of some deity. Which deity is that?
Radha Vinod Bihari.
Radha Vinod Bihari? Okay. Then who established Gaur Gadadhar?
I don't know.
Okay. That's very straight answer. Okay. So, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur established Gaur Gadadhar. Yes. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur established Gaur Gadadhar, and Srimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, he established Radha Vinod Bihari. Okay? So, be ready when I'm coming to Austin. Okay.
I hope it's soon.
Yes. So, question for Yashodhari Dasi. Please come on screen.
Maharaj, I knew you would do this to me. This is why I was going to stay away. Just give me 2 seconds.
Your viral cannot come through screen. Don't worry. The question for you. Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharti Goswami Maharaj. Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharti Goswami Maharaj said that activities are more important than the intention of the activities. Is it true or false? Srila Maharaj said the activities are more important than the intentions of the activities. Is this true or this is false?
I'm going to go with true.
So activities are more important, intentions are not?
No, I know the intentions are more important.
Yes.
But I'm presuming because Maharaji was always in service, I'm presuming that he put himself first in service. So I'm presuming that he would say something like that. I'm probably totally wrong.
You're totally wrong.
I thought so.
Srila Maharaj used to say, intentions are more important, not the activities. Although activities also, but the intent behind that activity is more important. This is what he used to say. Just like a doctor has so many, I say, weapons in his hands. When he do some surgery, he cut heart, he cut brain, he do surgery. So it seems like doctor is killing the patient or is giving, injections, so many things. So activity, there's the activity and there's the intention. Which is more important in this case? The intention of doctor is there to cure the patient, even though he's cutting the limb. Sometimes, I also heard a patient has, what's that word? A patient is getting poison in one of the limb, like infection in his feet, on his hands, or his finger, and it's giving poison to the whole body. So doctor cuts that limb of the body from the rest of the body. So it seems like intentions are very, the activities is very cruel, but actually intention is to save his patient. So in this case, intentions are important, Mara used to say. There are many examples related to this. Just like, can anyone think of, can anyone think of kicking on the chest of the Lord? Can anyone think of? No, but Bhrigu Rishi did this. Rishi Bhrigu, he kicked on the chest of Vishnu. But Vishnu didn't took his offense, because activities looks like very weird and offensive. But the intention of Bhrigu kicking on the chest of Vishnu is to show to the whole world that Vishnu is Bhagwan amongst three prominent personalities, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. Who is Bhagwan in these three, amongst these three? That was the question of the demigods. That was a question of demigods, and they wanted to know this. So Bhrigu Rishi wanted to say, one who is very tolerant can only be Bhagwan. Brahma was not, Shiva was not, but Vishnu, very tolerant. Bhrigu Rishi kicked on his chest, no offense. So Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj, he used to give many examples. There are so many in the list. The intentions, the intent is more important than the activity. Okay. Anyway, thank you. Okay, one question. Who will going to answer? Okay. Question for Rekha Dasi. And where is Rup Narayan Prabhu? Okay, it's also there. Question for you.
Get him here. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol. Mahaprabhu said that the sea in Jagannath Puri is Mahatirtha because he himself bathed into it. Is it true or false?
It's false.
Then what's the answer?
It's because Haridas Thakur.
What Haridas Thakur?
I know that they took him there when it was the samadhi goes to the ocean. I'm not sure exactly.
Yeah.
But Haridas Thakur.
Yes.
I'm sure.
Correct. Correct. You saved from feast anyway. Mahaprabhu, my Guru Maharaj used to say this because Guru Maharaj always in Jagannath Puri, in every time Guru Maharaj used to say, when you come to Jagannath Puri, must go and see Lord Jagannath and take bath in the ocean because this ocean is Mahatirtha, not only Tirtha, Mahatirtha. For the reason, Guru Maharaj, sometimes he has tears in his eyes. He used to say, Mahaprabhu, daily schedule, every day, he used to go and take bath in the ocean. Understand? And the ocean touched the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu. But he never claimed, he never said this ocean is Tirtha, not even a Tirtha. But when Srila Haridas Thakur left his body, and Mahaprabhu, with all his associates, he bathed Srila Haridas Thakur in that ocean. Mahaprabhu loudly said, from this day onwards, this ocean is Mahatirtha. Because a pure devotee like Srila Haridas Thakur getting bathed in that ocean, so become Mahatirtha. Very nice. Thank you. Now question for Rup Narayan Prabhu. In which
He's not here.
Go ahead, ask the question. It's fine. You can ask the question. I'll get him.
Yeah. I'll get him. Yeah, get him. In which deity Vishwarup Prabhu, the brother of Mahaprabhu, okay, in which deity Vishwarup Prabhu, the brother of Mahaprabhu, entered in? You know, like we hear Sriman Mahaprabhu, he entered into Tota Gopinath. So which deity Vishwarup Prabhu, the brother of Mahaprabhu, entered in? One option, Gopinath, means Tota Gopinath. I already answered. Second is Lord Venkateshwar in South India. And the third is Panduranga. Three options: Gopinath, Venkateshwar, Lord Gopinath, or Lord Panduranga. Which deity Vishwarup Prabhu entered in?
I think you should pass the question on.
Why? He's not there?
He's not here. He's
He
not
doesn't
here.
want to come.
No, he's not here.
You can get another question after some time.
Okay, let me ask this too. Then, wait. Ved Vyas Das, can you answer this? Haribol. ¿Cómo está?
Yeah, Dandavat Maharaj. I think the answer is Panguranga. I don't even know how to pronounce that, but it's the third. The third.
Yes. C. Gracias.
Yeah.
Correct answer. Vishnu Prabhu, the brother of Mahaprabhu, entered into Panduranga. The other name of Panduranga is Vitthal Nath. So Vishnu Prabhu, after learning from Sri Advaitacharya Prabhu, he renounced and he became sannyasi, moving all the places, and then he came to Maharashtra, the state in India, and he visited this temple, Vitthal Nath, which is also known as Panduranga. The local people call Vitthal Nath as Panduranga, but the name is Vitthal Nath. And then Vishnu Prabhu entered in the body of Vitthal Nath. Correct. Okay. So, Rupanarayan Prabhu. Mahaprabhu gave everybody prema except his mother Sachi Mata. This is very simple. Why I said this to you? Anyway, Mahaprabhu gave everybody prema except his mother Sachi Mata because she committed an offense to Nityanand Prabhu. Is it true or false?
He's not
Only
here.
him.
He hasn't come back yet.
Oh my goodness.
You have to give him a few minutes.
Okay, when he comes on screen, otherwise. Okay.
Okay.
So, Krishna Priya Dasi, फरीदाबाद. हिंदी में बोलता हूँ. महाप्रभु ने सबको प्रेम दिया, अपनी माता सची माता को नहीं दिया, क्योंकि सची माता ने नित्यम प्रभु के चरणों में अपराध किया था. ये बात सच है कि झूठ है? True or false? I repeat in English for devotees. Mahaprabhu gave everybody prema except his mother Sachi Mata because she committed offense to Nityanand Prabhu. Is this true or this is false? I cannot hear you. Huh?
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
हाँ बोलो.
हाँ Gurudev, it's true.
It's true. Sachi
Yes.
Mata give offense to Nityanand Prabhu.
Yes, Gurudev.
When I come Faridabad, be ready for the Bhandara.
Okay.
It's
Okay,
false.
okay.
It's
Why?
not true. Because Sachi Mata offended Advaitacharya Prabhu, not Nityanand Prabhu.
Oh.
Oh. But now you have to give feast.
Sorry, Gurudev.
No, sorry. Only feast.
Okay. I'm
Yes.
ready. बस आप आ जाइए.
ठीक है. So Mahaprabhu, in the house of Shivas Pandit, with special mood, and announced, "Today I will give prema to everyone." Whoever came in front of Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu gave prema. But when Sachi Mata came in front of Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu said, "I will not give prema to Sachi Mata." And everyone was shocked. Why not her? She is your mother. Mahaprabhu said, because she offended Advaitacharya. Why she offended Advaitacharya? Why she offended Advaitacharya? This is another question to Tigdeshwari Dasi. Unmute yourself.
Yes, Dandavat Pranam Maharaj.
Yes. Why? My question is, you know my question? Yes. So repeat question and repeat answer and say your answer.
The question is, why did Sachimata offended Advaita Acharya?
Mhm.
And it is because her son, Vishwarup Prabhu, he took sannyas due to Advaita Acharya. Because Vishwarup Prabhu was so attached to Advaita Acharya, so he took sannyas and wanted to dive into the frame of Krishna.
Yes. Vishwa Prabhu used to hear Bhagavatam, association from Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu, and then he took sannyas. That's why Sachi Mata became upset with Sri Advaita Acharya. And then what she called to Advaita Acharya Prabhu? What name she said?
He is Dvaita, not Advaita.
You are Dvaita, means you have enviousness. You are not Advaita, you are Dvaita. So in related to this, a question to you, because anyway, you are tricky. A question to you related to this. When Mahaprabhu was giving this prema, there was one devotee to whom Mahaprabhu said, I will give you prema after million of birth. After million of birth. Who is that devotee?
There's no multiple choice or something?
No choice. Okay, I'll give you choice. Make it easy
Yes.
for you. Choice 1, Gadadhar Pandit. 2, Shirdhar. 3, Shivas Pandit. 4, Mukunda.
Mukunda.
Not Shirdhar.
I think no, Mukunda.
What Mahaprabhu said to Mukunda?
No, I don't know. I forgot.
You see? That was my trick to you. Want to ask a question which you don't know. Mahaprabhu asked Mukunda. Mahaprabhu said, Mukunda, I will not give you prema. Why? What is the reason? Okay. Another question. It's very interesting. Let me ask these two girls. Taruni Gopi. Question for you. What Mahaprabhu said to Mukunda? Why I'm not giving prema to you? What is the reason?
Pranams Maharaj.
Very well.
Actually, I didn't heard it before. I don't know the answer.
Okay. Radha Sundari?
I also don't know the answer.
Jayashree? Oh my goodness. I said this so many times. Okay. Mahaprabhu said, "E beta khad jatiya." Mahaprabhu told Mukunda that Mukunda is not fixed in one line. When he sits with Mayavadis, he glorifies impersonal Brahm. When he sits with Vaishnavas, he starts glorifying Vaishnavas. So he has no fixed stand. Wherever he goes, he starts glorifying that particular line, that particular lineage. Therefore, I am not impressed with Mukunda. I am not happy with Mukunda. I will give him prema after million of births. When Mukunda heard this, what he did? He started crying. He felt unconscious. Jayashree? Question. Radha Sundari? How did Mukunda react to this? Where is Trideshwari gone? Yes. How did Mukunda react to this?
He was very happy to hear this.
Only happy?
Very
you see,
happy.
Isha Mata, she is showing everyone what happened to Mukunda. You see Isha Mata? Where is Isha Mata?
Yes, Maharaj, Mukunda dance.
You see? She's showing how Mukunda danced. When Mukunda Prabhu, he heard, Mahaprabhu said, I will give you prema after million of births. Because million of births, because you have no fixed stand. You change every time in every association. You glorify that association. You're not fixed in one line. And I will give you prem after million of births. Mukunda Prabhu started dancing, 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 and everyone was shocked. Huh? After hearing you get prema after millions of births, he started dancing. And the devotees asked him, Mukunda, why are you dancing? Mukunda said, because these words came from the lotus lips of Mahaprabhu, that I will get prema, not today, after millions of births, that is sure and that is certain. I will get this. Not even now, after millions of births, this is sure. The surety is there. He started dancing. Mahaprabhu became very pleased to hear this, to hear his answer. And Mahaprabhu blessed him. And what happened? The millions of births passed like a second. And immediately Mukunda got prema. Mahaprabhu or Krishna or Ram, they always choose their devotees to give a teaching, a lessons to everyone. Mukunda is eternal associate of Mahaprabhu. Through Mukunda, Mahaprabhu wants to teach to the entire world. If we are following Gaudiya Vaishnavism, we have to be very firm and fixed in our lineage, in our understanding of Gaudiya philosophy. You might hear on Facebook or some other news or motivational speakers or any Mayavadi, speaking very good and very efficient in answering, English perfect, in answering the question so perfect, right on the face. There are many like this. Are they devotees? Are they Vaishnavas? No. But by seeing their art of giving quick answers, or very, I can say, efficient answers, a person can get impressed. Oh, wow, I should hear his classes. I should hear him. He's very efficient. And millions of people following him. Thousands of people following him. It's such good following. That means I've deviated from my path. I'm relying more on his understanding rather than understanding of Rup Goswami, Jeev Goswami, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Understand? The answers given by our Goswamis, our Acharyas, like Jav Dharma. What is Jav Dharma? It's all question and answers. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur raising question and is giving answer with evidence from bona fide scriptures. That's Vaishnava line. So, in a premature stage, if we hear those discourses, that's not going to help us. It can deviate our understanding of Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy, which is very tender in the beginning stage. When anyone is mature enough to understand, that's another case with maturity. Yeah. But because I'm saying this because I found some devotees, they're hearing them, I say, wow, that's great. And they start following. Instead of hearing Gurudev lecture every morning, they're hearing his lecture every morning. Mayavadi, who have no understanding of Vaishnava philosophy, who don't even consider Krishna as Supreme Lord. So Mahaprabhu through Mukunda, he wants to give this lesson, this teaching. Yeah. And also through Mukunda, Mahaprabhu in Navdeep Leela, when he used to teach to his students on the bank of Ganga, once upon a time he saw Mukunda came without applying tilak on his forehead. Understand? By seeing this, Mahaprabhu was very upset. And through him, Mahaprabhu gave instructions to the entire world for sadhakas like us. And Mahaprabhu said, Mukunda, your Sandhya became Bandhya. Your Sandhya means your chanting of mantras have become barren, means a waste. Why? Because your Sandhya means your chanting of mantras is without tilak. So you will not get result of chanting mantras without tilak. So important tilak. Mahaprabhu is so particular about this. Who's saying this? Who's instructing this? Mahaprabhu, not an ordinary person. Mahaprabhu, who is absorbed in Radha Bhav, he's saying this. That means Mahaprabhu never neglected rules and regulations. So through Mukunda, Mahaprabhu gave so many teachings. Okay, for today, time over. Tomorrow, again, question answer session. We have one more class tomorrow. Yes, one more class. And then we're going to have Bhagavad Sapta from day after tomorrow. Morning 7:30, my time, 7:30 in the morning, early morning here. And then will be no Chaitanya Charitamrita for 7 days. And after that, I will continue. That will be our schedule. What else? Yeah, there are many questions. And because I could have just take question and answers, but there's also a need of explanation to revive whatever we have heard in the past month. So this question paper, or we can say questionnaire, was prepared long time back. But then I started traveling. I came here, and then it was still on in my notes. So I was waiting for the opportunity to start this, and devotees was requesting me to have this question answer session, which is actually very it's like educational and helpful for everyone to hear this question and answer, to revive whatever we have heard since today. So tomorrow again, question answer. I can ask anyone. Don't think you answered and you are out of the scene. I can ask again, anyone, because we have enough questions. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari. Bolo Sachinandan Gaur Hari Ki Jai.